Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'm getting sick and tired of this being everywhere. So I'm going to talk about this because I've got an opinion, especially about this. So you probably see from the thumbnail and the title, Crybaby Inc., Sweet Baby Inc. is racist and genderist. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm saying is, they're genderist because they're trying to be promoting inclusivity and diversity in computer games, basically, right? And here's the thing: they're always attacking straight white people, men. That to me is both racist and genderist, which means that they're twice as bad as any other person that they call a bigot. So I'm going to be called a bigot after this video, but I don't care if I'm called a bigot because I'm not a bigot. The problem I have is not with your gender, what you identify as. I don't even give a toss about your pronouns, to be honest. I'm a genetic. I prefer to think of it in the way of genes, the way we were created, right? Male and female, full stop, right? And there are many, 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 many people like me who believe that. And I think the issue I'm having is that they're calling us straight white people in general, as well as, but they're identifying white males as the problem. Now, here's the problem: computer games suck when Sweet Baby Inc. is involved, and they're crying about it, and they're saying that that we're crying like white babies crying over the computer games. We're not. You're the ones that are crying. You call yourself Sweet Baby Inc., and then you call us crying babies. Now I'm going to go to an article. This is on That Park Place, who I trust, and I'm assuming that other people will trust. So I'm going to get this screen up because this is specifically important for it, as it's literally what they're saying in the article. Let's see. Can I make it? I can't make it bigger, can I? No. Damn. Right. So yeah, here we go. Let me try zooming in a bit on the PC. Let's try making that bigger. Okay, that seems better. So yeah, this is the CEO and co-founder of Sweet Baby. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. And yeah, and look at the title of this. It's basically saying, "Oh, this article is something that's been broken down from articles that they've obviously read and heard about from other places." Now, this is all triggered by someone on Steam who's basically been putting a list up of any game that Sweet Baby Inc. has been involved in. For example, yeah. For example, the Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Terrible game. Every game that they've been involved in has had controversy and hate, and people don't like it. They don't hate the games. They don't like the games. So there are. I mean, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is I believe, the most refunded game ever, specifically for Steam. I don't know if it's anything else, but we'll see. But the fact that this was published on the March 5th, so this is a couple of days old. It's published by John F. Trent. So the title: Sweet Baby Inc. CEO and co-founder Kim Belair compares white male gamers. See, there it is. White male gamers to picky babies. Yet they're the ones that call their company Sweet Baby Inc. Fucking crybabies. So yeah, Sweet Baby Inc. CEO and co-founder Kim Belair previously compared white male gamers to picky gamers, as she explained how her company gained influence on major video game developers during a 2019 Game Developers Conference. So this is not something new. This is something that has been said before. All right, so this is from a while back, as well as being more current. At the beginning of her presentation, Belair made it abundantly clear that her and her company's goals are we do narrative development in games in kind of beyond, and we try to bring diversity, yet they attack white men all the time. That's inclusion and diversity for you. And new ideas to the industry. So these are literally quotes that she has said of what she's said. So later in the presentation, she also confirmed the company acts as sensitivity readers for video games, saying, "We need sensitivity readers. We need risk assessment, and these are again important services that I literally list on every PDF that I send out to be like, hey, I can do risk assessment, and sensitivity reading. So could I if I want to. I could sensitively read this, but I'm getting annoyed with everything that's coming out about these guys, and the inclusivity and inclusion of it. It's all just gone haywire. It's all out of control. I know I'm not going to be able to do anything about it, but at least I can make a video about it. So about 2/3 through the 30-minute presentation, Belair compared white male gamers to picky babies, saying, I think in our industry and in so many creative industries, if you want to look at film and television and any art form, we start treating our core demographics as a fixed and static value, something that does not want to change and something that is locked in place. Sorry, I misread that. So despite the changing face of audiences, despite the changing face of conferences like this one, we still look at our core demographics and say, okay, they're white, cis, hetero males. That right there, if she's literally said that, that is both racist, genderist, and assumptionist, right? You're assuming through all of this that everyone that hates your games, that or any game that you've been involved in, anyone that doesn't like it, everyone's a white male, right? I can pretty much guarantee that a large percentage of the people you're talking about are not white for a start. So you're making assumptions, just like we would make assumption over your gender because you're a woman, right? You're biologically female, I believe. I mean, that's what you look biologically female. But hetero, that's kind of sexist as well, I believe. And we cater almost exclusively to them. And the problem is that we don't just cater to them like, here's something that we think you'll enjoy. We cater to them like a picky baby. There we go again. They're the ones that she's the one that called the company Sweet Baby Inc., which I'm calling Crybaby Inc. from now on. She elaborated. We feed them the same thing that we know that they love, and we keep on feeding it. We're like, here you go. We know you love it. Eat this, eat this, eat this. So then when they get anything else, they react as a picky baby would, which would be like, oh, no, thank you. I do not want this. And we've actually done this so long that what we're doing is creating an entire nation of picky babies. There it is again. And they make us scared to deviate from what we actually want to do, just in case these picky babies don't want to play our games. Well, we don't want to play your games because they're terrible games. It's not got nothing to do with just your involvement. Your involvement doesn't help the game, but your involvement has been literally the worst thing for computer games since, well, forever. And I know people are calling this Gamergate. Interestingly, while Belair's entire discussion was about how she can add black characters to video games under the guise of representation, she reveals she actually advised one company to remove a Frenchman. That's what's the word? What's the word for? I can't think. I don't know. I don't know if there is a word to describe what country a person is from in a ist way. Countryist, maybe, because it's not race, is it? Because a Frenchman can be white, black, brown, whatever. So a Frenchman, I don't know. I don't know how you would describe someone against a country's population or something. So she revealed, I only worked on a project where they had. I once worked on a project where they had an all-white cast where they expressed their desire. Okay, we need to mix it up a bit. How about this character's like stereotypically French? So they have a berry and they have like a striped shirt. And I was like, okay, if you need to do that, can we at least make them a person of color? And they said, oh no, that would be weird. They're already French. What are you on about? Being French is not a racial thing. It's his country. Right? He's a citizen of France, so he's French. Citizenist, maybe, I suppose. I don't know. So I want to do better than this, she asserted. So she asserted herself. She was like, I am not moving from this position. I am keeping it like this because I am a spoilt brat who's been given a little bit of power over a company that has absolutely nothing good to do. Blair would then double down on her picky baby. Oh, what a crybaby metaphor. I do like to image that women that when we look at white guys, and there's several of you that here, I think when we look at you, we say, okay, you can't possibly enjoy this, but I think they're what they want also, and maybe you want also to experience new and different stories. Someone needs to teach this person how to talk. I think we need to step out of this rule that like white men can enjoy fantasy worlds. White men again. They are a racist, genderist company. It's ridiculous. Sorry about the slipping of my tongue. It happens. From anyone who's seen one of these videos before, I am not an avid reader. I don't read a lot. So, like the white men can enjoy fantasy worlds, aliens, sci-fi, monsters, anything so long as it's through a lens that looks exactly like them. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Because it's that if that's the kind of person that we're always going to cater to, you're never going to innovate. You're never going to change things. You're going to keep feeding the picky baby. She continued. Fucking picky baby shit. And we cannot continue to try to create art under a system that is going to bar innovation for fear of a picky baby throwing a tantrum. From what I can tell, it's only you throwing a tantrum. You and your company are the ones throwing the tantrum. You're the crybaby Inc. Right? A little bit later, she said, "I don't think it's pie in the sky thinking to go like, hey, maybe we can invite white dudes to play as other people and experience different things through someone else's eyes. And if they don't like it, we have to start thinking we're not losing, they're losing. And we're losing because we're going to let them stand in the way of our progress and our innovation. It's not innovation though, is it? It's controlling a narrative. It's not an innovation if you're trying to control the narrative, right? Look at Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, seriously, is that one of the games they're working on? Jesus. So Blair then shared how she and she and Crybaby Inc. had already begun changing the industry to fit her vision. If you're creative working in AAA, which I did for many years, put this stuff up to your higher ups, and if they don't see the value and what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want. Is that what you do as a company, as a person? You try and terrify people into believing your belief system in your belief system. Indoctrinate much? Because they have to consider. I say that out loud as a joke, but it's actually very, very true, because if you start to consider the people who are player and audience facing, and you have to deal with migrating harm and with keeping the sentiment around their game and their project positive, there's like a genuine value that you could impress upon them, both ethically and financially. You could say this is important, she said. Belair elaborated. There we go, an elaboration bullshit. It's also a valid discussion to have, because if you're working with a thin narrative budget and you work in AAA, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised or dismayed by the amount of money that marketing can give you. It's a narrative budget. It's a thin narrative budget, which means it's a low budget, right? The budget is finite. And they're talking about, oh, yeah, but you can convince them to give you more money. Yeah, if you threaten them with diversity and inclusivity. As she got to the end of her presentation, Belair would admit that she's doing is injecting wokeness into the video game industry. She's even saying it. None of what we're doing is about ticking boxes. That's what wokeness is, isn't it? It's about ticking boxes, or about a veneer of wokeness. We actually have to care about making this stuff. But you don't care about making that stuff because you care, like any other company, and about the money. It's all about the money. Show me the money, right? And if I could be bothered, I would put in a clip here of Tom Cruise screaming, show me the money, right? That's all it's all about. It's all about money. You can't be a business without thinking about money. That's everything. You're a spoilt brat, a lot of you. Ironically, all of Blair's comments contradict recent comments made by Chris Kindred on her now deleted Blue Sky account, where she claimed the company was not doing any of this and had no influence on major studios. I'm assuming that this Chris Kindred is a woman. I'm assuming. I know assumptions are bad, aren't they? You can't assume something on someone's thing, but it's by Chris Kindred on her now deleted Blue Sky account. So I'm assuming it's a her. Kindred posted on the social media platform, trolling their forums and chats and realizing that they don't care about sweet Crybaby at all. Crybaby is just the most visible and the most vulnerable. They think we're some super firm funded by BlackRock receiving ESG funding and tasked by some entity to hold studios hostage. Yeah, that's it. That's what the funding, ESG funding. It's the money again. So this is I'm guessing that this is the original tweet. Trolling the forums chat. Blah, 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 yeah. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I should have known better than to stick my arm in the hornet's nest. But what am I going to do? Not speak up when they been on us for months. Kindred continued. They don't know how many of us there are, so they make it up. They don't know what we do, so they make it up. They don't know the impact our work has on the studios that hire us, so they make it up. It's all bullshit. They fill up. They make the bullshit up. Yeah. So Kindred is a woman. That's all I was right. So it's all about making it up. It's all a bullshit that this company is. Crybaby Inc., guys. Crybaby Inc. So yeah, and when they have that many open spaces to play in, they can create their own boogeyman. They think we're actively making games worse when studios are the ones making the choices they balk at. Balk at? Why don't you just put bark at? The nature of our work is often at the end and is often just looking at things, Kindred wrote. As a unit, we have no power towards any of the clients we work with. They're mad at market conditions. They're mad at studio decisions. They're mad at the world changing away from their fascist beliefs. More of that bullshit. Kindred opined, I suppose, opinionated, or whatever. They just need is a punching bag because they know AAA studios will sue them into the earth. Yes, they do, and they would. Sorry about my reading; it's not great. I'm not a great reader. Again, Kindred added, they think they're doing activism by targeting smaller, more visible organizations in hopes that AAA studios will get scared. They don't know. They don't have an end goal, just unmitigated vitriol. Crybaby Inc. employee concluded, I don't know, man. Shit was fine after the first day, but the Zionists from earlier this week wore me down, and I'm entering a place. Zionists. What do you make of Belair's comments? So yeah, that was it's like the whole thing. I thought there'd be more than that. No. Okay. But yeah, it's ridiculous. The stuff that we're going to have to put up with in entertainment and computer games in every aspect of our lives is this bullshit that's coming from Crybaby Inc. about them being what they are, which is, as the title says, racist and genderist, and also they attack people for they don't want someone in it because they're French. Really, they don't want that. Oh yeah, someone wanted a stereotypical Frenchman. When was it? I don't often see French people wearing berries. I don't often see French people wearing striped shirts. I mean, okay, granted, I haven't been to France, so I mean, I can't judge that, but I don't believe the stereotypical Frenchman wears a stripy t-shirt and a berry. I'm just saying. But I mean, it's just woke crap. That Sweet Baby, that Crybaby. Sorry, I said it. That Crybaby Inc. is actually peddling. That is ridiculous, and I'm not interested in anything that they have to say, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do comment down below. There's also a link in the description. You can provide a tip if you like. It's entirely up to you, but please do hit that thumbs up, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, as that really helps us out and gets us pushed out to a wider audience. I hope this video will do okay. I don't expect I don't have high hopes for this video. I expect I'll be taking it down in a few days or so, depending on what response it has, because I don't want to attack these people. But it's the fact that it's all I'm hearing about is Sweet Baby Inc. and woke and all this shit, that has made me want to do this video. So I hope you guys will forgive me for being blunt about this in this video. I'm not talking about TV shows. I'm talking about computer games. I'm not talking about sci-fi. I'm talking about computer games. So hopefully you guys will accept this, and we'll see how this goes. But it's just pissing me off, because I turn YouTube on, and I start looking through for articles, and this thing pops up all over the place, literally. Especially on YouTube, it's being well covered, and I just wanted to get my opinion out, because I do believe that Sweet Baby Inc. are crybabies, and they're racist, genderist assholes, plain and simple. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe. May the Schwartz be with you always.